Lauren Robinson. I'm a junior sociology major from Richmond, Virginia, and I attend Hampton University. So, when initially reading the prompt, I literally freaked out. I asked myself, how am I going to select just a few key moments that made me feel like I should pursue a career in education or make a difference in a child's life when throughout my life there have been honestly so many. And so what I've decided to do was just highlight the moments, that have stood out the most to me. So in elementary school I had amazing teachers. Like, they literally meant the world to me, and they still do. They went so far above their job description for me and for all of their students. And I remember, though I was very young, having those initial thoughts of, wow, when I grow up I want to be a teacher and I want to be like them. um Moving on to middle school, I had a teacher by the name of Mrs. Melinda Lawson. And I remember in 8th grade English, during that time I was going through a lot of stuff at home. My parents were going through a divorce and we were having a lot of financial hardships. And I remember in class I expressed that to her, and she immediately took me under her wing. There were times she would pick me up from home in the morning when my mom couldn't give me a ride to school. She would take me home in the afternoon. She would even come and get me some weekends, just to get me away from what was going on at home. And that stuck with me. Like, that again made me like, wow, like, I want to do for somebody else what she's doing for me. Moving on to high school, I was a classroom assistant in a special education classroom. And I remember there were days when, due to the students' conditions, we would teach them some things and come back the next day, literally, and they would have forgotten everything we taught them prior. And for the average person, they would get frustrated. But Mrs. Margaret Coleman, the teacher I was shadowing at the time, she was so understanding and so loving and so forgiving. Like, she just never got frustrated with the kids. She was so patient. And I remember she would just be like, okay, you guys don't remember? It's okay. Like, that's totally okay. Let's try it again. And I remember at that moment, like, I was old enough to really say, like, wow, this is what I want to do. Like, seeing her and the way she worked with these students and the way that they gravitated towards her, it just made me again want to pursue this career and want to make a difference the way that she was doing. Moving on to college. When I got here, I knew that I wanted to join organizations that would allow me to mentor and tutor and help inner city youth. But what I was upset to realize is that there weren't very many on our campus that did as much as I would like for an organization to do. And so I decided to start my own. The organization is called Young Adults Advocating Change, and we mentor and tutor inner city youth regularly. And through the work that I've done with my organization, I've gained so much fulfillment. Like, I feel so accomplished when I'm working with a kid and I'm tutoring them, and where initially they don't understand what they're doing or understand the work, and then eventually they do. Or when I'm mentoring a student and, over time their behavior has improved due to, our relationship and them being able to come and talk to me. It's honestly the best feeling in the world. And again, I just keep getting this confirmation that this is for me. Like, I want to do this forever. The last thing and the most recent thing, and I would say the thing that has had the biggest impact on my decision to want to make difference in children's lives, actually happened very recently. My younger sister Olivia has been diagnosed with ADHD, and prior to us knowing what was causing her behavior problems in school and what was causing the slip in her grades, she had her teacher to tell her, Olivia, I'm done with you. Like, I'm tired of you. I'm tired of your behavior. I'm tired of you not, I guess, working hard, and I don't want you in my class anymore. And she had to switch classes, and I was just shocked. I thought about, all the teachers I've had, all the teachers I've worked with, and the type of teacher that I want to be. And I know that my teachers would have never said that to me or any of their students, and I would never say that to one of my students without trying to figure out the situation or trying to understand what was the root of this problem. And in that moment, I realized not everyone is blessed to have the type of teachers that I've had growing up or the type of teacher that I want to be. And I just felt, again, even more pressure to enter this career field and become successful in my pursuit of a career in education, because I know that the world needs more teachers that are passionate